Hey guys! Today we're going to be discussing The Mark of Athena, the third book in the Heroes of Olympus series by Rick Riordan. I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars. It was amazing. It made me laugh, it made me cry, it made me fangirl so hard that it should be illegal. It was just so good. That's really all I can say without spoiling you for the book, so if you haven't read this book, please go read it. That's basically what I did throughout this entire book, especially that ending. I loved this book so much, but there was just points where I just had to stop reading and hit myself in the face with the book to keep myself from throwing it across the room. This book has been an emotional roller coaster, and I'm not sure how I feel at the moment. We begin this book in Annabeth's point of view, right where the Son of Neptune leaves off. And I'm so happy about that, especially when Annabeth and Percy meet again for the first time after 6 months. And it's just this big reunion. She runs into his arms with the entire Roman army standing around waiting to skewer her. It's just a beautiful moment. And then she judo flips him. But in this book, Percabeth is so freaking cute. Throughout the book, it's just little things that made me squeal so hard. Like them falling asleep together in the stables, that was so cute. And then in Charleston, where Annabeth throws her dagger into the sea as they're cornered by Octavian and 2 of his men. And Percy comes up, he has her dagger, and he's like, I think you dropped this. And all she can do is say, I love you. I think that's the first time we've ever heard either of them say they love the other out loud. And I had to read that over and over. Because with Rick Riordan's books, the romance is like glanced over. So you don't really get a lot of romantic scenes. And when you get them, they go by so quickly that you have to double back to make sure it actually happened. In this book, I think Leo's point of view was my favorite to read from because it was just so funny and entertaining. And Leo has a lot more on his shoulders than you think. Especially after he was controlled in the beginning of the book and made to attack New Rome. Not a good way to make a first impression. But he gets his payback for that later on when he's brilliant and uses Archimedes, I can't say the name. Archimedes? Yeah. He uses Archimedes' inventions to destroy the Eidolons once and for all so they cannot attack them anymore. I think the funniest part of this book was when Leo and Hazel encounter Echo and Narcissus. I think that's how you say his name. And Leo's idea of a distraction so Hazel can get the celestial bronze shield away from Narcissus is slick up his hair and write Team Leo and hot stuff all over his arms and shirt. And for him to start spouting insults to Narcissus about his looks and how Leo is so much better. And Echo's in the background repeating what he's saying. They do end up converting one of the nymphs, which I found hilarious. Then we finally get the truth behind Hazel's past with Sammy, which I saw this coming in the last book. As soon as they mentioned that Leo looked exactly like Sammy, I was like, okay, he's a descendant. That's the only thing that could make sense, since Leo had full memories of his past. Because I doubt the mist works that well. But Sammy was Leo's great-grandfather. And I have to say, it's kind of disturbing that Hazel and Leo are even a little bit attracted to each other. Because technically, if things had turned out different, Hazel would have been Leo's great-grandmother. Which brings me to my next topic, the whole Hazel-Leo-Frank love triangle. I don't ship Hazel and Leo after hearing this backstory about Sammy. I just can't do it. So I'm all for Frank and Hazel being together. They can stay together. We also learn in this book that Piper and Jason are finally together. For real this time. And all I could think is, finally, now Piper can stop stressing about liking Jason and Jason not liking her and their past relationship being fake. But no, she may have stopped stressing about that, but now she started stressing about other little insignificant little things that normal girls normally stress about. I don't know, I'm kind of hoping we don't have to suffer through Piper's point of view through the House of Hades. Because really, I like her as a character, but I hate reading from her point of view. Something that pissed me off about these Roman demigods is after they fail to capture and or kill the 7 of them, they decide, let's go attack Camp Half-Blood. They're going across the sea to old Rome and we can't get to them there. So let's go attack all of these innocent half-bloods that have really done nothing to us, just so we can hurt these 7 that are our real targets. Where is the logic in that? This is why I don't like the Roman demigods. They're all about war, battle, fighting, nothing else. And politics. I guess they're all about politics as well. And then as they're about to cross into the Mediterranean, we meet someone I did not expect. Hercules. I like movie Hercules more than I like book Hercules. He's such a douchebag. This is one of the moments where Piper shows how resourceful and smart she can be. She saves Jason from that human-faced bull. I don't really know how to describe him. I don't know how to pronounce his name. She tricks him into letting her go. Then she makes him free Jason at dagger point. And then she cuts off his horn. And they both get away. And then she pulls a fast one on Hercules by using the cornucopia and burying him in a mountain of food. I was also very happy to see how well Percy and Jason use their powers together, because I thought they were going to be like polar opposites and they would hate each other, they wouldn't be able to work together, but it turns out to be the exact opposite. Though they do get controlled in Kansas and end up fighting each other, but Piper takes care of that too. Then we have my baby Nico. As soon as I learned that he had been captured by those 2 stupid twin giants, I was like, okay, we have to save my baby, get him out of that freaking jar now. Of course, that didn't happen until like the very end of the book, but at least they did save him. I will be very disappointed if Nico isn't a big part of the House of Hades. I really will be. I may cry, because he's just my favorite character and I want to see a lot more of him. Annabeth actually finding the Mark of Athena surprised me. I did not expect it to happen the way it did. It was so awesome and I thought it would be a lot harder. I thought most of this book, at least half of it, was going to be about her finding the Mark of Athena. No. It's like 4 chapters of her following the mark and then 3 chapters of her dealing with Arachne, and she did such a good job. I was reading those last 3 chapters in Annabeth's point of view. I was thinking to myself, how is she going to get out of this? What is she doing? I never would have guessed that she was tricking Arachne into making a human-sized Chinese handcuff. Annabeth just shows how resourceful she is. It's like, yeah, all the other 6 demigods of the prophecy have like amazing powers and abilities, and you have Annabeth and really all she has is her brain. That sounded so bad, but she doesn't have any special powers. Although she does show some excellent weaving ability in this book. The point is, she uses that big brain of hers and tricks Arachne into basically trapping herself in the Chinese handcuff. Although Arachne gets the last laugh in the end because she ends up dragging Annabeth and Percy into Tartarus with her. Yeah. I was spoiled for that ending, but I didn't know which book it was in. I figured it was in the House of Hades. So that was a big surprise. And I didn't like it one bit. Not sure how that's all going to work out in the House of Hades. I'm assuming that they're going to close the doors of death. But since they have to be closed, do they have to be closed at the same time? If they do, how are they going to communicate when they're on the other side of the doors? Like, it's confusing. My overall favorite part of this book was when Percy and Annabeth fall asleep with each other in the stables. It's just so cute. How could that not be your favorite moment? If it isn't your favorite moment, let me know in the comments below what your favorite moment was. There is just so many. This book is just one big favorite moment, really. Well, that is it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!